Hey guys, welcome to a new Android video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Firebase Authentication. Make sure to add all the dependencies that we need. You can get the initial source code from the description down below. I will use Hilt for this project. It will basically provide all the dependencies that we need. And also don't forget to add this Kotlin capped ID. And in the build.gradle project, you also need to add this ID here. Now let's get back to the coding part. First we'll connect our app to Firebase. For that, click on tools and go to Firebase. From here we have authentication here. Click on authentication and make sure to click on authentication using custom authentication system Kotlin. Click here and then click on connect to Firebase. It will open a new window, and from here you need to create a new project. Click on add project, then continue. Also continue. You can select your analytics. I will select my analytics here and then click on create project. After that, click on continue and then click on connect here. So you can see your Android Studio project is connected to Firebase. You can see that it's connected. Now we also need the authentication SDK. For that, we need to click on add the Firebase authentication SDK. So simply click on here and then click on accept changes. Let's begin by creating our repository. Here I will create one package, which is a data package, and inside this package I'll create one interface. And I would like to specify two functions here. One is login user. This will take two parameters. One is email of string type and another is password. And the return type will be flow of resource of auth result. The reason I'm using flow here because flow is an asynchronous data stream that sequentially emits values, and this resource class will manage all our state, and this is basically a seed class. If you click on this, you'll see that this is a seed class which manage all our state. That means if there's a success, we'll get our data. If there's an error, we'll show some error data, and if our data is loading, we'll load. We'll see when we use that. Another function is register user, fun register user. So we will also like to have the ability of the registration, and this will also take email of string and password of string. And the return type is also the same, of flow resource of auth result. We are done with the repository, but we didn't yet implement this repository interface. So make sure to come here and click on this bulb icon and click on implement interface and click on OK. Control A and then click on enter. But to work with this repository, we need Firebase authentication instance, which you can get by providing our dependency. I will create one application class here, application Firebase auth, and this will extend application, and make sure to annotate this with Hilt Android app. We also need to specify this class inside our manifest. So go to manifest and write name, and you can see that we get our application Firebase auth here. Now we are done with our dependency. Actually, you're not done yet. We need to create one app module to provide our Firebase auth dependency inside that. So let's do that right now. I'll create one package here, DI, that means dependency injections, and inside that I'll create one app module, which is an object. This object must be annotated with module and also installing, and I will install this module inside singleton component class. This installing means that I'm installing this object, app module object, in the application component. That means this object will live as long as our application does. Also, I need to provide here some dependency, which is obviously our Firebase auth dependency, and I'll make sure that it's singleton. And now Firebase provides Firebase auth. How do we now provide the Firebase auth dependency? It's simple, just say Firebase auth dot get instance, and we are done with this Firebase dependency. Now we have provided the instance, and we can use this inside our repository. Now to use this, you need to get inject and constructor here. Press Alt Enter to import this inject, and now here private variable Firebase auth. Now you see that we can use this Firebase auth here. Next, we will create our login user function. For that, we need to return something. We need to return a flow of resource of auth result. So I'll return flow and a flow block here. I'll open a flow block, and this will just, first I will emit loading. That means when we get our data first, it will load our state. That means our state will be loading. Next, result. And now we need to use Firebase auth dot sign in with email and password, and you can see it takes two parameters, which is email and password. We'll pass it here and say dot await. This await means we'll wait till our Firebase sign in with email and password operation is done, and we get the result. After that, emit resource of success. We expect a success here, so inside this we want to get the result. Next, we would like to also catch our exception here. Catch block and emit the error. Here you can see we also get error here, and say it.message.toString. We're done with our login user, and now it's time to create our registration function. Pretty much same. I would like to copy this from here and paste it here. We just need to change something from here, which is, instead of sign in with email and password, we need to call create user with email and password, as this is a register user function. Create user with email and password, and we're done. We're done with our authentication repository implementation. We need to provide auth repository implementation inside our app module. So I am going to say provides and singleton. Now say provides repository implementation, and this will take a return type of auth repository and return our auth repository implementation. This takes as a parameter Firebase auth. Now how do we get this? We can simply say Firebase auth here and just pass it as an argument here. We can use our repository implementation inside our vModel. Let's create the vModel here.
Sign in vModel, and this will extend our vModel here. Also, don't forget to annotate this with our health vModel, and now we can inject our repository here. Repository is injected. I will use channel here to manage all my one-time events. So let's do that. Create two state here, sign in in state is channel of coroutine channel, obviously, and the type is sign in state. Next, we need to receive this channel as a flow. Well, sign in state to sign in state dot receive as flow. We're done with our state. Now we can use it. We can say fun log in user. This will take two parameter, which is obviously type string, and another one is password, which is also string. Now I'd like to create a scope here, which is a bmodel scope, and launch it here. Now we can call this repository and call our login function from here. Repository dot login user, which you can see is here. Login user, and this takes two parameter, email and password. We pass the argument here, and dot collect. Now I need to collect all the state that we have here. So when I will create a when result is success, so that means if there is a success, I would like to show something here. If it's loading, then I would like to show something else, and eventually if it's error, then I would like to show something else. So we need to send something inside this channel and get something out of this channel. So how do we send something inside this channel? We simply say sign in state dot send, and now we have to call our sign in state. It is a data class in the end, and it manages all our state to the UI, and I'll show you how to do that. Sign in state is success. When it's success, we would like to show something. So you see it is a string, so I can say that sign in success. Okay, now you're done with our success. And what if it's loading? We would like to show a loading circular progress indicator. Let's again do the sign in state dot send something inside this channel, and sign in state is loading equal to true. When our state is in the position of loading, we would like to set this loading as true, because initially it is false. Now what if we get an unexpected error? We'd like to show the error message. Sign in state dot send, and is okay, sign in state is error. Now we can call this result dot message yes, and we successfully completed our sign in view model. Now it's time to create our sign up view model, which is pretty much similar to this. I would like to copy this sign in view model and use this create a sign up view model. Create a sign up view model, and we need to do some changes here. Our sign up view model is also done. Now we can create our two screen, which is login screen and another one is sign up screen. Let's first start with our sign up screen, because we would like to register first and then login. So let's create sign up screen, and let's create a compose function here. I won't explain you the screens here, because I already assume that you already know some basic of compose. We have successfully created our sign up screen. Now what if the state is loading? Obviously we'd like to show a circular progress indicator. Inside this button we need to call our register function from our view model. So create a coordinate scope, launch a coordinate scope, and then call our view model. From this view model, call this register user and pass email and password. We're done. Our sign up screen is complete. Now we can call this sign up screen from our navigation graph. So navigation graph, here in sign up screen, we are calling our navigation graph. The same with our sign in screen. Our sign up and sign in screen are very much similar. We can copy the sign up screen and do some minor changes. I will leave that to you. Also, we need to call this sign in screen from our navigation graph, which is this screen as a sign in screen. And now we are ready to launch our app. And also don't forget to call this navigation graph from our main activity here inside this set content. And I forgot to mention that you need to also enter this main activity with Android entry point. So the Gradle build finished, and now we can test our app with some fake email. Let's say fake email @fake.com. And I'm not going to show you the validation process here, which is a pretty lengthy topic. I will show you this in another video. And let's give it a password here. And now if I click on sign up, I should see a circular progress indicator and also a toast with success message. Let's click on sign up, and you can see we saw a circular progress indicator bar and a toast. Let's now sign up with this mail, but we need to see if we got our user inside the Firebase. Come to authentication and click on reload. We see that we got our fake email here. Now let's get back to Visor again, and let's see if we can sign in with that mail again. If I click on sign up here, this button here, I should see a success message with login. Let's click on it, and you see sign in is success. And we also saw a circular progress indicator here. That is everything with our Firebase authentication. I will also show you in the next video how to do one-tap sign in and sign up with Google and Facebook. So make sure to like this video. I will see you in the next video.